Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Richard here from Crash Course Hobbies. We're going to do the second video in the signature series kind of review, where we're going to look at the Pro Acryl ADEPTICON set. Again, these are going to be available on their web store at the end of April. If you're at the con, you should have already gone by Monument Hobbies booth by now anyways, but if you haven't, definitely swing by because you'll be able to pick up any of these sets there. The ADEPTICON set has some really great colors in it, so definitely one that I recommend. But let's talk about why I recommend it. Head over to the painting desk and we will tear into these colors. We're gonna take a look at the ADEPTICON, the spray team. Nice little pun there. Paint set from Monument Hobbies. Again, this one will be available, I think they said end of April, unless you're at the con, then you'll be able to pick it up today. So let's take a look at what we have here. We've got satin black, which will be nice for those who just want a little bit glossier, kind of satiny black. I'm not upset about that one. I think that's a decent one to have as an option, not having to mix it up with the Glaze medium. But then let's talk about the rest, because I'm actually pretty stoked on these. I will say that the Flameon set for me is kind of hit or miss. The Rogue Hobbies set is fantastic, 1000% insta-buy, but the ADEPTICON one has some really cool stuff going on here. First, the magnesium metallic color I'm actually very excited for, because one of my favorite types of metallics to make is sort of a oiled bronze sort of look, which is kind of what this is going to be out of the bottle. And it saves you a lot of trouble of having to mix up your own by using, you know, like a bronze or a dirty gold and then washing it black and then, you know, trying to get that look. So I'm super excited personally because it's one of my favorite colors. And another thing is from them, my favorite metallic of all time is light bronze, and I feel like magnesium is like a very dark version of that. So I'm stoked on that. Next, we have orange oxide, which is sweet because I like to do a lot of rust effects, and I feel like this is a color that they were really missing. I mean, if you look in the range, these are literally the only oranges that we had from Pro Acryl up until now, burnt orange and orange. And so now with the new addition of the orange red from Rogue Hobbies, and now the orange oxide, we've essentially doubled the amount of oranges available. So I'm very excited about that because it was pretty limited, and it'll be really nice to use this in combination with, you know, the dark umber and the orange and all that to make some pretty sweet rust effects. In the same vein, we've got red oxide now, which again, talking about, you know, in the previous video, how there really were only a handful of reds. So again, the orange red kind of fits into that, as well as the bold pyrrole red and the burnt red, giving us kind of a nice middle ground for, you know, kind of a saturated but darker red without getting into the brown and like purpley kind of territory, because it's a little bit more brown, but nice one to see. I'm excited about that. Then we've got bright shadow flesh, which honestly, I feel like Pro Acryl has a lot of flesh tones already. I mean, they've got shadow flesh, they've got advanced flesh tone, and they've got beige red, which are all kind of that pinky brown kind of darker colors. I guess you could argue that this is somewhat of a salmon orange kind of color, so I'm not going to knock it too much. But Pro Acryl does have, I mean, this is now, if you look at actual labeled flesh tones, I think they have 9, so a lot of fleshy stuff, but again, not a bad one to throw in here. And then the last one is drab brown, which again, this with Flameon set essentially being 6 different shades of, well, I mean, I guess the bright pale yellow is not, but I mean, there's 5 browns in there. They had to throw another brown into the other set, but I do like this drab brown because to me, I like to use khaki a lot, and I feel like this is going to be like a darker khaki, which is a good one to have. So I actually like this one a lot. And we can really quick, I want to crack a couple of these open. Let's just see how they perform. Some of the satin paints, when they came out with them, I was a little bit bummed about it just because I don't love how it fits into the existing range of everything being matte. But there are some colors that are nice to have it with. So coverage wise, fantastic. I mean, Pro Acryl stuff always covers really well, but considering it's a black, Just going over some of this turquoise that I painted on before. I'm gonna let that dry while we do some other colors and see kind of what we're looking at in terms of finish. So immediately, just looking at it, I really like this red oxide color. Really like it. Yeah, that's really nice. It's bold without being bright, if that makes sense. Sometimes, I mean, the bold Pyro red's a great red, but it's like sports team red, you know, for lack of a better way to describe it. And so this is something that is a little bit less flashy, but yeah, it's nice. Also, I totally spilled that all over my wet palette, so that's cool. Let's check out the magnesium next. Oh yeah, that's nice. Check it out. It's an awesome color. It's like a green, dark. It's like a green, dark light bronze. That makes sense. Really cool. It's like a greenish tinted gunmetal or something. But it just overall, it's a really, really nice color, and I'm absolutely going to be using this a ton. Fantastic coverage, fantastic color. That one's a real winner. Real winner. Like that a lot. Let's check out the orange oxide. This is going to be an amazing color. I mean, as the name would suggest, but for painting rust, also, I mean, look at the coverage going on over that blue and that red. So it's got the coverage of like a brown, but being more in that orange spectrum. And look at that. That is amazing coverage. And it'd be great for kind of a base for layering up to like a really nice bright saturated orange. Fantastic for rust. I mean, it's a great rust orange color. It's a good one. And before we run out of time, I'm just gonna check out drab brown, and we'll check out the finish on that satin. So it's about the same as the base in terms of shininess, which is just, you know, a typical plastic base. So that could actually end up being like a really awesome color for ringing your bases, you know, when you're done kind of thing, because it'll already tie in with that natural look. And the drab brown. Again, nice coverage. Smooth. Good like dark khaki color. Maybe even for shading like your purity seals and stuff like that. But pretty sweet. So thanks for joining me to check these out, guys. Again, the Adepticon set's got some real winners in it, and I've been having a blast experimenting and painting with it. Again, a big thank you to Jason over at Monument Hobbies for sending these over to me to kind of test out early. And you can use code CCH10 at checkout to save some money on anything from Monument Hobbies. I was not paid or sponsored or anything else to make this video, but I do have an affiliate code with them, so just be fully transparent. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these. I think that Monument's just been on a roll lately with the colors they're putting out and filling out gaps in the range and all of that. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, found it informative. And of course, if you did, I'd love to see you stick around, subscribe to this channel, do all the stuff you do for all your favorite YouTube creators, and please continue to support your local game shops when you can. Stay positive, encourage the community, and I will see you in the next one.